Hi, this is Sylvia, Lydia, Morelos. Today is the 6th of January. I am across the street from Mel's Diner. And Mel's Diner, I just left. They put something in my coffee, man. I had to drink it down. I mean, I had to down it. I ordered milk, vitamin D milk, whole milk, and it curtailed it. So, feel better. My tummy. I would advise people to go there. The food's kind of shitty. All this stuff. They put something in my coffee, so it's not a good thing. CDC, be a good FDA. I don't know. People who've been through it already, or the other customers have been through that. It's important to people to say something. Right now, I am at Denny's, and Mel's Diner. It's called Mel's Drive-In at 801 Mission Street, 415-227-4477. We've got the receipt right here. This is on a different day. This is on the 3rd. I was there on the 3rd, and I paid, $3.39 for a hot chocolate. The hot chocolate was okay. So if it had happened before, I wouldn't have gone back. So this is Mel's Diner. And so this is $3.99. I feel something. I'm smelling something toxic here in Denny's. So I've got some receipts to prove that. I was just at the Starbucks store 611, which is around the corner from Mel's Diner Drive-In at 1204 4th Street, San Francisco, California, 415-284-0579. It's store number 611. And this was on the 4th. That was, I think, probably the day this morning, 10 o'clock, 10:10. This is where this is at. This is a Starbucks. And I'm at Denny's. I'm concerned about the inflated prices here. They're kind of interesting. It's like $10, $12.99, $12.99, $12.75. It's not like the other ones. The menu is kind of overpriced, extremely overpriced. $14.99. Look at that, $14.99. There's no $2, $4, $6 menu anymore. I found that interesting when I was first here, so I usually order coffee or chocolate or pizza pie, pecan, P-E-C-A-N pie, which is only about $2. And that's the way it is. That's the way that's at. Anyways, this is America's Diner. It just reminded me of something. I think Bruegger's Bagels, if I'm not mistaken. Bruegger's Bagels is based in San Diego, California, across the street from the Amtrak station off of Broadway. And I was in there. They had Safe Place in there as well, adult Safe Place. And they had issues with the LA Times. It was I actually bought the paper. It was the Sunday issue, and I was there during the week, and it was quite obvious that Bruegger's Bagel was not happy with the LA Times, and one of the customers, one of the staff members insisted that she insisted that she take it or something. I'm like, no, I'm going to buy it. So I bought the paper. So they've got issues with the LA Times, and it was a Sunday edition, and it was like the middle of the week. So I bought it, and then there's a questionable activity with the employees who work at the Bank of America within the same building. I had problems with them with regards to my Fourth Amendment rights, with regards to my deposit slips. Let me guess, that's Trevor Tim on the motorcycle, or his little girlfriend from EFF, the one who's pretending to be Trevor Tim, FYI. Remember activist meeting, Trevor Tim is another issue. He's at 815 Eddie. I don't believe EFF is a credible agency or organization. I believe that they're a terrorist front organization. Trevor Tim and Associates, Trevor Tim and his Electronic Frontier. They're known as the Wild Animal House, from what I understand. Then I heard him say, "Cite the source, Sylvia. Cite the source, Sylvia," 2 years ago. That was really funny. And he knows Pepper Mache, and I know she's kind of, from what I observed, she's kind of shady with regards to her genuine belief in LGBT community. I just kind of observed her on when I was looking at her videos 2 or 3 years ago, actually, 2012, at the end of 2012, and she's related to William Jackie Rhodes. Pepper Mache is Jean, and she is William Jackie Rhodes' biological sister, older sister from Muncie, Indiana. And William Jackie Rhodes' father happens to be Jay Johnson. That was from a reliable source whom I cannot relay, and I can't tell who the source is. But yeah, so I'm dealing with a bunch of wannabe bigwigs, corrupt motherfuckers, and you know they sought me out. You know, it's just weird the way things end up happening. And no, nothing ever falls on someone's lap. You actually have to suffer a lot, you know, to do what you do or to do what I do. And they come from a place of experience, education, knowledge, and stuff like that. So I'm not much of a kiss ass, and they hate me for it. I'm a big mouth, and they hate me for that. I'm clean 100%, and I think most people hate me for that, the ones who don't like me, because I'm not crooked at all, and they call me Miss Goody Two Shoes, you know, and I'm pretty much a Miss Goody Two Shoes. The stuff I put online, if you read the fine print, assholes, I gave up my rights to certain public records, and I put it online deliberately. Read the fine print. The fine print, the fine print, read the fine print. The fine print says, Behavioral Health, Rachel's Women's Center, San Diego is connected to Behavioral Health San Diego. Okay, somebody's interfering with the Wi-Fi. Rachel's Women's Center at 759 8th Avenue, 92101 is connected to Behavioral Health San Diego. And everyone knows that Behavioral Health San Diego is the worst behavioral health system in the United States. Community Research Foundation, Michael Juan, South Bay Guidance Center, Maria Sardinas, Sharp Med City, and Scripps. Anyone associated with them is also a terrorist, extremist. The National Institute of Health, 1960s, all over again. And NAMI needs to get involved. Miami consumer, former consumer of 12 years of behavioral health system in San Diego, California, Sharp Med City, Scripps, and Maria Sardinas and South Bay Guidance Center. So I'm a consumer, 12 years worth. I'm still on Social Security, Medicare. And Jesse Alexander Rubio had Tourette syndrome. He was on Ritalin since he was 7. They took him off of that. Made people believe that he wasn't sick, and he was very sick. And the torture must have been brutal on him alone because he had Tourette syndrome. And they tried to write him off. And from my understanding, he was gang raped and murdered. There are some lookalikes who appear to be Asian. That's Lourdes' fault with the Petri dish shit. She was his godmother when he was a little baby. She baptized him. She is the scary godmother. And Jesse was baptized as a newborn Catholic, and unfortunately Lourdes was his godmother. I was baptized when I was newborn. Jose Antonio Morelos is not my brother. He is a product of rape by an asshole who works at the psych ward Maitrerie, M-A-I-T-R-A-I-R-I-E, in New Orleans, psych ward. And his uncle works on Channel 2 News. I've been staring at the logo for a while when I was sitting in a hospitality house, because these perps have the tendency to watch television, Channel 2 News, and I've been in Santa Monica and I started noticing the logo. I'm like, wait, that looks like Santa Monica logo, Channel 2 News, and it's like Salvation Army, Veterans for Peace. They're up there. They're the ones they look to at these resource centers. Hospitality House, the Sanctuary 801, the Sanctuary at 201, the Sanctuary and the 1001. They have a TV room. Hospitality House has a TV inside. FYI, the Hospitality House has a new set of rules that staff is not fond of. So there's strict rules. I like it because it protects consumers against intimidation, harassment, stalking, sexual harassment, violence, zero tolerance for violence. And the Tenderloin has been going through gentrification for a while. Gentrification. They're not receptive to it, the staff. Jan is one, and she is coddling gang members. They're not receptive to complaints about harassment and violence there. And that is a problem at 290 TURK Street, 94102 off of Leavenworth and Golden Gate. So that's a problem there. It's mostly staff, but the rules need to be enforced. They don't like it, so they're not enforcing it. So, and the sanctuary has its own TV. I was 86 from the sanctuary this past year, which is fine with me. They're part of the Episcopal Church. The Episcopal, these people get hired through the GA office, but it's not the GA office at fault. It's the Episcopal Church. They go through the Episcopal Church to get welfare jobs. Tenderloin Tech Lab is one. The sanctuary is another one. I would know because I tried applying for GA myself, but I was on disability, so I got confused there for a little bit. And I read through one of their flyers or one of their handouts that oh, here's a whole list of these types of jobs for these types of people, and they're on disability. They're on they've got something wrong with them, and they can apply for those type of jobs. They ended up being through the Episcopal Church, the Tenderloin Tech Lab, the sanctuary, the next door shelter. Also has a small television room on the second floor. There is a police station in San Diego, I remember when I was there last, that had the TV on off of Broadway. And it was an observation because I was given to run around a little bit by one of the police officers there, or the cop there. And the America's Best Value Inn Motel 6 in Fashion Valley Mall, near Fashion Valley Mall off the number 88 line in San Diego. And you walk up to the reception desk, they also have a television set there, and the media was on, and he had a tattoo, Craig A. Latham's forearm tattoo, Asian guy. And those tattoos, I think, are more like affiliated, gang affiliated. In Latham's case, the Amish Mormons. In Green Day's case, they're probably communist extremists, something else. But I started looking at his tattoo online, like, you know what? That seems to be a little more like gang-related forearm tattoos. And then I noticed that Greg Latham it's a magazine. There was this guy like Greg Latham, and he had tattoos on his forearms. They turned out to be Amish Mormons. These are extremist militant types, and they're anti-Semites, they're anti-Mexican, they're anti-Christian, anti-Catholic, anti-minority in general. So I lost my train of thought from earlier. But I will get back to you. I'm at Denny's right now. The Channel 2 News is a vehicle. Channel 2 News are what these perps, extremists, rely on when they need support. And 1049 Howard Street, the staff member there has a TV on Channel 2 all the time. They're very corrupt women, staff. The sanctuary has a TV. The sanctuary has a television set in the TV room. They do the same thing. The hospitality house on 290 Turk Street, TURK Street, Leavenworth and Golden Gate. I'm getting death threats all the time. And no, I'm not going to listen to them, especially coming from fucked up gangs. And the Tenderloin's cleaning up fuckface off of Eddie and Jones. It says specifically on there, drugs and violence do not belong here. They have 6 flowers on there, and then they have water drops on top of it. The community has spoken. Latino Voice and the SRO Collaborative, and these fuckers still don't listen. It's not a hoax. It's right across the street from the police station. They want to get on camera, fine, they'll be on camera. There they are. Fuckers. Anyway, so it's off of Eddie and Jones, the police station, and the police station is off of Eddie and Jones, 94102, and staff here is questionable at Denny, so I usually don't start reporting on people unless they start to bother me. So the clients feel a little bit too comfortable here, and they're usually sex offenders, like the McDonald's that I reported to ICE in Santa Monica Beach 90401. Sex offenders were becoming way too comfortable just sitting in there and relaxing. I reported it to ICE, and at that point in time, someone else wasn't very happy about it. Anyways, Sylvia Morelos. Sex offenders are becoming way too smug and way too comfortable. They're sex offenders, they're illegals, and they are gang members, FYI. These are people we're dealing with, and they're very dumb people. Nancy Dirthick had to go and insult to one because she said, no matter what we look like, even well-dressed ones, we are all gang members, she said. That's FYI, Nancy Dirthick in Sacramento, California. Thank you. It's Lydia Morelos.